I think it's appropriate to bring in Senator Bill Cassidy at this point. He's a Republican senator from the great state of Louisiana. Senator, I want you to deal with this first of all. Minority Leader McConnell says he would support Trump in 2024 if he were the Republican nominee. You voted to impeach Mr. Trump. So where do you stand on this?
I don't think President Trump is going to be our nominee. You're asking me a theoretical, and if you will, I kind of reject the premise of it. You could pick many reasons, among them being his age, but I don't think he's going to be our presidential nominee, so I don't think that will be an issue which I have to face.
But there is a split party, and you've got to deal with that.
Yeah, so how do we deal with it? I mean, like Cruz was going at it, the president would go at it. We got to have policies which resonate with the American people, in which, my gosh,
right,
they look around and see Governor of California at the French Laundry having dinner, and they can't meet in a church no matter how far apart they sit from each other. There's been a kind of capriciousness by which the government has exerted its will over the American people, an incompetence, if you look at what's happened in the New York nursing home crisis, that the American people are sick of. They want their freedom, they want their autonomy, and they want the public officials to live under the same rules as they. If Americans hear the Republican Party speaking of that, we win.
President Biden is canceling pipelines. He canceled the Keystone Pipeline, going after some others. No drilling on federal lands for oil and gas. Louisiana is an energy state. If the president pursues this climate policy all the way through, he's really going to, well, I don't know what word to use, but he's really going to hurt Louisiana, isn't he?
He's going to hurt us in two ways. One, he'll hurt our oil and gas jobs, which provide good livings with good futures for the family which is employed in them. He's also going to hurt us because we're vulnerable to climate change. And federal study after federal study has shown that if we don't produce oil and gas domestically, it's going to be produced worldwide. But instead of with our environmental standards creating jobs in our country, it'll be created in Russia or Iran or someone else creating jobs in those countries with their environmental standards, and global greenhouse gas emissions worsen. We lose the jobs in Louisiana, and then we're further hit by rising sea levels, which damage our coastline. It's almost like the president has put a bullseye on Louisiana and said, we're coming after your jobs, and we're coming after your environmental risk factors. That's wrong for the Louisiana.
Can you stop it?
It's wrong for the nation.
But can you stop it? I mean, we've had lots of folks on the show saying we should not do this, we don't want to do this, we don't want to go with the Green New Deal. But can you stop it?
That is a challenge between not only the Republican Party, but the American people. If the president said that he was going to be the party of the working guy and the working gal, and now he's eliminating their jobs, we got an election in a year and a half, and the American people can push back on that agenda. We in Congress, we got to make the case on shows like this and elsewhere, and make the case through legislation and wise public policy that truly addresses climate change without destroying our jobs, so that there is an alternative. If we do that, we can push back, change this agenda, but also give the American people the choice they need.
If Donald Trump were the nominee in 2024, would you answer the question as to whether or not you'd support him?
He is not going to be our nominee in 2024. That's not an issue that I have to address.
Okay, we'll leave it at that, Senator. We always appreciate you being on the show.